Alright, so this is a live commentary. I have another video coming at the end of the month, but for now I just want to give some quick thoughts about the beta. So, first things first, I'm going to talk about what I thought of the marketing, because this is what I saw first, obviously, and to put it simply, I thought Sledgehammer and Activision were overcompensating for something, because they only showed 10 seconds, excuse me, imagine if we got 10 minutes, 10 seconds of gameplay in the trailer for the multiplayer, so it was concerning at the end of the day, right? It was brow-raising, but I was pleasantly surprised by the actual results, right? And this game plays like Call of Duty, right? Good old Call of Duty. You have your, you spawn in, you run around, you get some kills, you get your streaks, you end up dying, and you repeat the process. And that's that. Some people are saying this. A lot of this phrase has been being thrown around a lot, and it's the best COD in a long time, or the best COD since Black Ops 4. And I don't necessarily disagree, but I have to address the elephant in the room. Well, to me at least, because anywhere I go on the internet and there's Call of Duty discourse, you know it. There's gonna be those Black Ops 4 shills. Even people I respect turn out to be Black Ops 4 shills, and it's a weird phenomenon because people are acting like Black Ops 4 and in general 8th gen Call of Duty. You know, your Black Ops 3, your Ghosts, your World War 2s, right? By Sledgehammer, the World War 2 by Sledgehammer, right? So people are pretending that that's just like all of a sudden peak Call of Duty, right? But the truth is, that Xbox One, PS4 era of Call of Duty was quite mediocre and underwhelming, right? And the issue might have not been the core gameplay with these games, but rather the identity. But, what we like goes away one by one, and it came, right? So if you don't complain, and if you don't talk about these kind of things, it's gonna come and bite you in the ass, right? So it's just strange to see people shilling for these games. I think that that generation of Call of Duty was quite mid, and we shouldn't be praising it at all, right? Because it led to this mess. No need to sugarcoat mediocrity. Anyways, speaking about the actual games, the game itself, right? Modern Warfare the Third here is, it has Modern Warfare 2 maps, right? And it plays better than what I can tell than Modern Warfare the Second. You see what I'm doing here? The Roman numeral gimmick, right? So, the Skid Row is my favorite map, and this is why I've chosen it to be the gameplay of this video, right? It's fun. I like it. The map, it's a little complex, there's flanking routes everywhere. You kind of have to use your brain. It's not like something like Rust where you turn off your brain and you just shoot. I like a bit more thoughtful gameplay in that way. So Skid Row, I wish there was a 24/7 playlist, but the only two 24/7 playlists we got were High Rise and Rust, and Rust is Rust. And High Rise, I wanted to look forward to High Rise, but the problem with High Rise were that the spawns were so awful on that map, right? So Sledgehammer, they really need to fix the spawns, because the spawns in this game just suck. I don't know what else to say. They need to work on it. And I heard that in Vanguard they fixed the spawns, so I have faith that Sledgehammer will at least get around to that. And you had Favela and East State. Those were the other maps, and I don't like those, honestly. I didn't like Favela in the original Modern Warfare 2. I think it's a confusing map, too many winding roads. It's just too much elevation, getting shot down on. It's just not a good map in my opinion. And East State is just big. It's just too huge, honestly. Now, with the maps out of the way, let's start talking about the actual gameplay and the things. And there are two things that stand out to me, right? Or three things, right? The gunplay, which is, it's good, it's solid. The time to kill, which is a bit long in my opinion, and I'll discuss that later. And the movement, right? The movement, it feels fluid. It's not like crazy over, like, they didn't have to, cater to the movement kids, right? All they had to do was just make sure that the movement, it didn't feel stiff and clunky, right? And the movement, it feels very natural, right? And that's all we wanted, really. So good on Sledgehammer for that. Now, the time to kill is a bit long. It's longer than Cold Wars even, which is kind of ridiculous. But Call of Duty, whenever they try to do a TTK sort of thing, they end up in a weird conundrum, right? Where it's a very bad middle ground. Basically, you have all the benefits of a longer all the downsides of a negative TTK, but none of the pros. So you will get team shot, right? And you can see in some of this footage, sometimes I do get team shot, right? And sometimes it's by 3 guys, rarely, but it's really just head scratching when it happens. 4 guys will sometimes kill you. So yeah, team shooting is a bit annoying. And the thing is, even with the longer TTK, you can't take on 2 or 3 guys at once if they're aware of you, right? You'll probably not win that engagement. So I don't see what the point of going with the longer TTK is, and people are saying must skill, but the thing about skill is that, I don't feel like Call of Duty, it never was a game about being competitive and about being, like mastery. And it's not like something like Counter-Strike where, your skill is everything, right? If you're like a good player will always 99 out of 100 times dunk on a 99 out of 100 times will dunk on a bad player, right? That's not how Call of Duty is, right? You will get killed by bad players, right? It's a game where anyone can take a crack at it. Your grandpa, your grandma can take a crack at it, so I failed to see the skill argument there, right? Call of Duty is a game full of noobs, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not claiming to be a pro myself either, right? I don't play Call of Duty for the skill expression, because quite frankly, there's not much there. No, I play to just sit back, have fun, and engage in that gameplay loop I described earlier. The spawn, kill some people, get your streaks, and then die and repeat. That addictive gameplay loop is what we come for, not for skill expression. Now, there are some other issues, such as the friend versus foe, and a lot of times I ended up shooting my teammates because, it was that bad, right? They need to do additional work on it. And there are some slight balancing issues. For example, many of the guns are pea shooters. The battle rifles, they need a buff, especially the other one. The one I'm using is serviceable, right? The BAS-P, I love it. But the other battle rifle, the MTZ 762, it needs a buff, right? It's just unusable. The AN-94 is a bit of a pea shooter, and I know it's a low caliber weapon sort of thing, but it's just kind of disappointing because I have to put in what feels like at least 4 bursts to get a kill, right? And it doesn't help with the funky recoil that it has as well. The Rival 9 sucks in my opinion. It's not as good as the other 2 SMGs. The ACR and the UMP are very powerful, and they were meta, right? And though on the equipment side of things, I feel like Battle Rage could use a buff because they nerfed it to shit and it's kind of useless now. I don't even think it works like a stim shot. Can they please make it work like a stim shot? And that one throwable piece of lethal, the drone, it's fun, I'll admit, but I feel like if this isn't already the case, it should be something you should aim at, shoot with 1 bullet from anything. Even 1 pellet from a shotgun should destroy it, right? It should be really easy to destroy as a simple form of counterplay. I feel like if it isn't already that way, it should be. And yeah. Also, the performance in this game, I just want a bit more, because Modern Warfare 2019 and Cold War, I ran the game at similar sort of settings, and it ran a lot better. It gave me over 100 frames compared to this 80-ish that I'm getting. So I want to see improvements there. And one last thing I want to say is the skill-based matchmaking in this game, right? The skill-based matchmaking needs to be toned down. It is too much, and I'm not going to buy this game until something happens with that system, right? It's just, I can't do it. Every game feels like a tournament, especially on the 3rd day. So, right, I don't feel like dropping $70 on a multiplayer, because I'm not even interested in the other 2 modes, because I have a feeling they're going to suck, right? So I'm not spending $70 just to sweat my ass off every time I hop on. So yeah, fun game, but it's flawed. Anyways, that'll be it for this one. I'll see you on the next video, which is coming soon. By soon, I mean a little over a week. So yeah, I'll see you.